is certainly based on a healthy physical body, but also a healthy mind. And if you spend 120 minutes or more per week in nature and with nature, it lowers your cholesterol level, it lowers your blood pressure, it's good for your mental balance and well-being. There have been numerous studies to the degree that now in 35 US states and in places like Japan, across the EU, doctors now prescribe walks in nature instead of drugs, because it's not only better for you, it's also a lot cheaper for the medical system and for your insurance. So again, we should take this relationship with nature and what it can do for us very literal, because it has a real impact on human health. And then if you go to the other extreme, the link between human disease and nature is equally well researched. There are, for example, clear links between the spread of malaria and other vector-borne diseases in the tropics and deforestation. Because if you remove the forest cover and you have more open water pools, there's clearly a much higher level of malaria in places like Peru, Brazil, and other places where this has been studied. So, and there are many other aspects of a healthy and intact nature for our health, such as clean drinking water. In the book, I talk about 3 key principles of basic ecological literacy. So the first is, where does your food come from? This is something all of us should know if you want to age well and live long.
True.
Where does your food come from? Who's your farmer? How do they farm the food? How does it get to your plate? And the next question is, where does your water come from? Because we are mostly water-based as a life form, some carbon and some minerals in it as well, but our body needs a lot of water. It needs clean water. So where does your water come from? Which ecosystem, which part of nature captures, filters, stores, and then releases your water? 1/3 of all the cities in the world get their water from forest watersheds, for example. So where's your forest? Do you know where it is? Well, in Portland, you probably do, because it's pretty close to the city. But in other cities, people don't know where their water comes from. And then the third aspect is, what species do you share your home, your city, your country with? Who else lives sort of in your ecosystem, and what does nature do for the place where you live? Like lowering temperature and summer heat waves can literally save lives. So knowing these things about nature is, I think, are the basic steps to ecological literacy. And I think that to your question, where is this still healthy, this relationship, and where is it fractured? I think we can generally say that for people living in cities, of course, nature seems like something that's far away and that you have to get into your car to get to. But nature is always there, in the sense that we depend on nature even for functioning cities and functioning civilizational structures. So let's think about this relationship not only in terms of a national park somewhere that you like to take walks in, or your city park, but also what does nature do for us on an everyday basis? Because it's probably more than we think or realize.